this flashlight. I found this flashlight and I was able to get it for $2 and it sells for $99. So be on the lookout for this particular type of flashlight. So now you're going to Goodwill, you're going to Salvation Army, you're going to other thrift stores. Hey y'all, Randy coming back at you, Carolina Picker, and today we're going to talk about, have you been misled with BOLOs? What I want to do is I want to go over a screenshot with you here in just a minute, and I'm going to show you how to create your own BOLOs. But what I really want to get at is, we're not really being misled or lied to per se, but what happens is, and you tell me in the comments below if this has happened to you. Somebody says, oh, this is a BOLO. And what does BOLO mean? It means be on the lookout for. Well, the 4's not in there, but be on the lookout. So they might say something like, oh, this flashlight. I found this flashlight and I was able to get it for $2 and it sells for $99. So be on the lookout for this particular type of flashlight. So now you're going to Goodwill, you're going to Salvation Army, you're going to other thrift stores, and you're passing up good stuff because you're on the lookout for this flashlight or pair of pants or whatever it may be. We're just using this flashlight as an example here. So you're passing up really good stuff because you're on the lookout for this, and it may take you months to find this particular flashlight. And then on top of that, once you do find the flashlight, maybe you go into your first thrift store and you see it and you're there and it's $1.50 and you're like, wow, I just found it, and you get home and you do the comps on it, and now all of a sudden it's only selling for $7. Okay? Because that one person got 99 for it, but that was just a fluke. And I know that's happened to you because it's happened to me. And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to say that people are misleading us or they're lying to us or whatever, because I've put up BOLOs before. I've had things that I've sold, I've bought and sold at a high price and told everybody, hey, be on the lookout for this particular item, But when it comes down to the truth of the fact is that you're not always going to find the BOLOs that people are showing you, okay? They're going to be really hard to find. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. So that being said, I want to show you how you can create your own BOLOs in eBay. So stay tuned, and we're going to go ahead and go to a screenshot here, and I'm going to show you exactly how to create your own BOLOs. Okay, so here we are on eBay. Now, how do you find your own BOLOs? Well, one of the things we want to do is, let's say, for example, we're searching for women's pants. All right, so we want to find a BOLO for women's pants. So I'm going to put in women's pants up here and search. Now, there's a few things we have to do in order to create a list for BOLOs. The first thing we want to do is we want to come over here to the side, and we want to click on pre-owned. We want to narrow it down to just the pre-owned ones. We don't want the new ones in there. The next thing we want to do is we want to go down here to sold items and click on it. Now, that has created a little bit of a list. You know how to use this list to do sell-through rates, okay? But we're going to narrow this down to get a BOLO list. And it's just as simple as this. Once we do that, come up here to sort and just say sort highest first by price. And now we got our BOLOs. All right. So here now you can look and see, okay, if you can find, Tom Ford Gucci, $19.99, they can sell for $1,575. Now this is a bid, so we don't necessarily want to see what bids were either. We really want buy it now. So what I like to do is come over here under buying format and click on buy it now. And then that narrows it down even more. So you can actually see what somebody was willing to actually pay. Now, some of these are really high price. So what I would do is if you're making a list, is you could write some of these down. But what I would do is I come down to the smaller prices. So I might come on down to page 3 and get down in the $300 range. And see that these particular pants here sold for $3.99. So I might write this on my list. We can come on down here a little ways and see that a lot of these were best offers taken. So when you see it striped out like that, that means a best offer is taken. And we really don't know what that offer was. But, assume it's like $200 or $250 or something like that. Maybe $300, who knows. We have these rare vintage Roberto pants over here that sold for $348. You can even skip on the a few pages down and see, get it down in price. So let's just keep skipping here. We're down in the 280s now, so let's skip to page 9. And we're still in the $200 range, so let's go ahead and skip to page 13. And now we're in the $170, $160 range, somewhere in there. So let's go ahead and skip over to page 15. And now here's the reason I'm saying this is because these pants here may be a little easier to find if you're searching for pants. Okay, so it may be easier to find, you know, these right here versus some other pair of pants. And you can just keep going too. I'll go over here to page 19. And what I'm trying to do is get down into the $90 range. So let's just keep going here. Let's go to page 27. And 31. Here we go. Now we're in the $90 range, okay, of pants that have sold. 95. So again, once you're in this dollar range here, the pants are going to be easier to find. Now you can do this for any item that you wish. I mean, we can type in men's shoes, and what we do is we come over here. And now that we've already got it set, it's already set for shipping, price set to highest price, okay? So it's already set to that. We're already set to sold over here. We're already set to buy it now. And we should already be set to used, wherever used is at. I'm not seeing that anywhere. So anyway, so it's going to be showing some brand new ones because I'm not seeing it. But we can narrow it down to even more. But let's say we want to do this. Now we're in the $20,000 range, so I'm going to go ahead and skip like over to page 9 because the chances of you finding these pairs of shoes are going to be very, 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 very slim. So I'm just going to keep going here. You notice I'm skipping a lot of pages at a time. I kind of wish they had a thing here that would go, you know, skip on out there, but anyway. You know, another thing we could do too is instead of saying items per page 60, we can make it 240. And then that shows us 240 items a page. Then we can come out here and click on 9. And then come over here and click on 13. But you get the point. I don't necessarily have to go through all this. You get the point of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get down into the price range of where you're going to be more typical of finding the actual shoes. You know, finding these shoes here are going to be hard, okay? And you can even narrow it down by brand. If all you want is, say, Nike, if that's all you want to be looking for is Nike, then you can narrow it down by the brand Nike. And we can come over here and see what, all right, now we're in the $1,000 range. $800 range, $700 range. So there you go. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Randy, why don't you just change that to lowest to highest? Well, here's what happens if you change it to lowest to highest, lowest first. What happens is you end up getting these $1 and $10 shoes. I wouldn't consider these bolos because these are things you're going to find every single day that you're going to find for $1 or $2 and be able to sell them for these prices here. So it's better if you go high to low. But let's do a test here real quick because I've never really done it low to high to do a complete test. So let's just come down here. We're showing 240. Let's just go to page 9 and see what happens here. Okay, see we're still in the $18 range, $20 range. So go to page 13. We're in the $19 range. But anyway, you get the picture here of what we're trying to do. I mean, you could do this with anything. Electronics. And you could have it priced highest first and create a complete bolo list on all electronics. I do want to make sure that used is checked, so I'm going to come over to used. And I want to make sure it kept all my other settings. It kept buy it now, and it kept it as sold. And so now we're in electronics here. And if we skip to page 9, let's see what happens here. We're still in the $2,000 range. And I hope you understand what I'm doing here. Is, again, to reiterate it, not to beat a dead horse here, but if you're looking at stuff that's in these price ranges here, they're going to be really hard to find. Okay, those are very rare items to find. So that's why I'm saying you've got to get down into the for electronics, maybe in the $200 to $300 range. For clothes, maybe in the $70 to $100 range, something like that. So you've got to get over into those sections to create a true BOLO list. But this will help you create a BOLO list. So that's it. So hopefully you're able to now create your own BOLOs, and then that way, what that allows you to do is you can create BOLOs on things that you love to sell, that you love to shop for, that you love to find. And you can go to these thrift stores with a list. You can print out a list or something and go in and start looking for all these items. But don't forget, do not pass up other great items. Okay, don't pass up other great items to look for a needle in a haystack. All right, so continue your regular items, and when you find items that are on that list that you create, then you can get those items as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hey, give it a thumbs up, please. And if you haven't already, be sure to click that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified each and every time that I put out a new video. So until next time, I'll see each and every one of you on the flip side.